Jackson Radio Show.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Kevin Jackson here. So the Harvey Weinstein thing, as I've said, has tentacles that go throughout lots of industries. Politics is one that's obvious. You know, we've seen the connection between Weinstein and Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, Michelle Obama, you name it. He's been seen with the heavyweights of the DC, elitist on the left. He is an avowed leftist. I mean, to a degree that, it pegs the scale, right? It pegs the meter. And there's no doubt about this. And so now they're looking at it and they're going, well, are there other people? And of course there are. There are other people. I've been talking about this for a long time. I said, here's what's interesting about this whole Weinstein thing. There have been allegations on allegations. You've got people that now, I think it's up to 33 women with Weinstein. I guarantee you there's dozens more if it doesn't get into the hundreds. And they're now starting to speak out. And they're calling themselves courageous. I haven't seen anybody courageous except for Rosa McGowan, who's been trying to blow the whistle on this guy for the better part of 2 decades. And, we talked about her ad nauseum. And now people are coming out going, oh, yeah, I quit having, this idea about Harvey when I found out that he did this to a friend of mine. So even in doing something to a close friend, as Kevin Spacey alleges about Weinstein, he didn't blow the whistle. Brad Pitt had 2, not 1, but 2 different girlfriends. One of them turned wife that Weinstein did something to, and he threatened to beat him up. But he said nothing after that. I've talked to you about different people coming out. None of them, not a single one of them, has said anything about Weinstein, or about others. We've got other people that are talking about, oh, well, there are other directors. They're still out there. Hollywood, we're waiting. We're waiting. You've been talking about Corey Feldman, to this day, will not name the person who molested him and caused the death of his friend Corey Haim, who dealt with these demons his whole life. And it wasn't one. They talk about a circle of these men, a cabal. They don't say a word. Terry Crews, I said, he got grabbed in the crotch by some gay, powerful guy in Hollywood. And to this moment, Terry Crews won't tell you who he is, who that person is. Let me let you hear this cut of Jennifer Lawrence talking about her. And then, of course, Reese Witherspoon just came out and said, oh, something happened to me. Listen to this news report of these ladies, and then explain to me why nobody's saying anything.
Reese Witherspoon wasn't the only actress to speak out on Monday night. Jennifer Lawrence also opened up at the Elle Women in Hollywood event about the, quote, humiliating and degrading experience she had in the early days of her career. The 27-year-old actress, who was one of 8 honorees Monday night, told the crowd that she was asked by producers to slim down drastically for one of her first roles, telling her she needed to lose 15 pounds in 2 weeks, and revealing that another actress before her had already been fired for not losing the weight fast enough. Lawrence goes on to say, during this time, a female producer had me do a nude lineup with about 5 women who were much, much thinner than me. We all stood side by side with only tape covering our privates. She continues, after that degrading and humiliating lineup, the female producer told me I should use the naked photos of myself as inspiration for my diet. Lawrence said she tried to stand up for herself and told another producer she thought the weight loss demands were not appropriate. But the producer responded that he, quote, thought she was perfectly blankable. The actress said that she felt trapped by the experience, telling the crowd, I let myself be treated a certain way because I felt I had to for my career. She went on to say, I'm still learning that I don't have to smile when a man makes me uncomfortable. Every human being should have the power to be treated with respect because they're human.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. It's the Kevin Jackson Show, KJRadio.com. Jennifer Lawrence, avowed leftist, friends with Amy Schumer, the girl who talks about fat shaming. That she's out in Hollywood, Amy Schumer, and who knows what they're asking this girl to do for her to build her career. But then she says, I get fat shamed, and she pretends that it's us. It's conservative men who've made her feel this way. Who do you think makes her feel this way? You think it's you? You think it's conservative women? You think it's conservative men? Or do you think it's Hollywood? Hollywood has made this woman feel little. Now, she's built her career. I don't know what she had to do. My suspicion is, listening to Amy Schumer's, if you've ever heard one of her sets, Amy Schumer's probably been passed around quite a bit in Hollywood. Not that anybody would admit to it, but let's just say there's a couple of books in her about what she did to get ahead, because she makes no bones about her sexuality and what she does as a woman. So my point to it is this. She's being fat shamed. Her best friend is telling you that she's being fat shamed. She's getting roles, but she's also talking about sexual harassment. This even by women telling her, hey, well, use your nudes to get some as an inspiration to lose weight. Then you get Reese Witherspoon saying, oh, yeah, when I was 16, I was on the casting couch. Which of these women weren't? Now, let me ask you, how many Republicans, how many conservatives do you think are in Hollywood that are putting these women on the casting couch, who are fat shaming them, who are doing whatever it is that they have all this anger and this angst on? Do you think it's us? Do you think they're looking back going, it's really bad that we're blaming conservative men for doing these things, when in fact it's not only the women who are supposed to be helping them break through the glass ceilings, fat shaming them, they're the ones helping the men take complete advantage of them, and they want to blame you. See, this is what's being exposed. Every time one of these young ladies, that's going too far. Every time one of these chicks comes out with a new story, with a new thing, it's just more of the same. Now, I go back and I ask you this question again. Outside of Harvey Weinstein's brother outing him, we wouldn't even know about this dude. If it weren't for the fact that his company leaked an internal memo about Harvey, we wouldn't be talking about this subject. Harvey Weinstein would be continuing his sexual predation on young women in Hollywood. But the bigger question is this, and I'm going to come back to it over and over. Why is Hollywood not outing all the other lecherous people in their circles? Why? They have the opportunity now to bring the spotlight on every single Hollywood studio head, Hollywood mogul, director, producer, whomever. They could blow up Hollywood. They could put in a whole new infrastructure of people that are willing to, do it by the book, play it right, live by the same rules and standards that every other corporation has to live by, but they haven't done it. And I'll tell you, ask yourself if this were happening in any sector of American business, whether it was the distribution sector, the manufacturing sector, the service sector, you name it. Name me one regular business that could get away with this, that wouldn't be under FBI investigation, where heads wouldn't be rolling, blood flowing through Wall Street if this happened. Name me one. You think Silicon Valley can get away with this? Name me one. Even with the power of Google, Facebook, Yahoo, and on, they couldn't get away with this. Hollywood has gotten away with this stuff for decades. And here's what Hollywood can do. And I've said this many times. Hollywood can tell you, you're too fat, you're too black, you're too ugly, you're too Mexican, you're too female, you're too male, you're too butch, you're too gay, you're too straight. They can dictate to you, breaking all the rules. And then they want us to believe there are rules. Rules that are made to be broken. Written in Hollywood's charter. We can break all the rules. We don't have to follow how many black people we have, how many women we have, how many Mexicans, how many Guatemalan midgets. We can do whatever we want. And I can use my power to exert influence over you. I can blacklist you publicly. You will never work in this town again. You think the movies just made that crap up? Look at what's happening right now. Every one of these people, their excuse. What's their excuse? I didn't want to ruin my career. I was afraid it was going to hurt my career. My career. Wide open. See, this is what's the interesting thing about leftism. They can put their debauchery, their lecherous nature right in front of your face. And then they have the people to protect them. Barack Obama coming in, flying in for parties, doing Hollywood galas at $35,000, $50,000 a plate. You think that was because these guys really respect Barack Obama and they respect their lifestyles? These are king makers and king breakers. And they said to Barack Obama, if you want to be king, you'll come kiss the ring. And he flies out there. He doesn't care who he's amongst. He's amongst rapists and thieves and philanderers, you name it. He's amongst them all. And he's enjoying himself.
Kevin Jackson on the Black Sphere Radio Network.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.